Day 617, 22 for 22. Good morning. Hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight and do not quit. Alright, so got my Mary. Oh, wave again. Alright, so today's the final installment of the series I've been doing. Technology and Time Has Changed War and Us. This is the conclusion. I did this series because of an article that I read, and our admins in VHV were talking about it. I didn't quite get to the meaty stuff. I might address that in a different spot. But it's interesting that people have this myth that World War II veterans did not suffer from PTSD, and that why does it happen more now? It's been the same. It's how it's dealt with was different by the people that had it. They threw themselves, I think they took what they learned in the military and threw it into their life. And we can do the same thing. World War II, they had to be self-starting because of everything that they had gone through prior, because all of them were survivors of the Great Depression, having very little and scraping to survive every day, largely, many people. So I think what you see is a difference in mentality, and that doesn't make the PTSD any different. It makes us different, and we have to understand that. And I really do believe that Magic Carpet Ride home from both theaters at the end of the wars made a big difference in how they got to process it. We're home within 18 hours from the combat zone. We're to the combat zone in 18 hours and home from the combat zone in 18 hours, and there's just not a lot of time for your mind to process that you're going into danger and then coming out of danger. I think that's a big part of it. Those of you that have done combat deployments, tell me what you think of that theory. I have not done combat deployments. I've only done peacekeeping. And that was it was a quick transition. You wake up in Egypt in the morning and you're back in California the next morning. And it's kind of, and I'm home. I think that plays a part of it. Also, social media. We are becoming more dependent upon each other, which is not a bad thing, so to speak, but it's also not a good thing. Whereas our World War II guys, Vietnam, Korea, all had to rely upon themselves and only themselves to get things through, to get to healthy. I mean, going through, oh, thank you. Yeah, going to the VA or getting their mental health care through work or whatever they were doing. They had to self-care more as far as getting things done for themselves. We have to learn to do that ourselves as well. I'm in a group that does a lot of good. I'm in a couple groups that do a lot of good, actually. But this one in particular, you know, is like a clearinghouse of resources and stuff to be able to help people out, and it's wonderful. But the thing is a lot of what we do is something that anybody can do. They just gotta look. Now there's a few things that we do have access to that most people don't. And also, you know, because of networking, we have a pretty good selection of what we can do to help people, and at least try to help. But still, that doesn't take away from the person that is having the problem channeling their abilities and working towards fixing their own problem. And that's what I think a lot of the big differences is now, is everybody's looking for that quick fix, and sometimes this stuff is not quick to fix. Do not grab that arm. You can grab this one. Do not grab that one. You will make me scream on camera. So bottom line, is there is differences, but there's a lot of similarities. The warrior spirit is still there. The thing is how we channel that warrior spirit is different than it was back then. And we need to try to get back to that at least a little bit. I hold our World War II veterans in high esteem, just like I think just about everybody does. But I realize they are just humans, but they did some extraordinary things over there and when they came back home. And I think we need to continue to learn from our elders, because they're a lot smarter than we give them credit for, a lot tougher than we give them credit for. And while we see them on social media, I think social media is not their driving force. And I see that a lot in the groups where social media is the only connection to the outside. We got to build connections here and there and everywhere. Just got to keep going. Find that hope, keep moving on, and work towards healing ourselves and staying busy, because it does process through everything that's been going on a little bit different, because you can't dwell because you got so much going on, and that's a good thing. What?
Why are the birds chirping?
Because they're not barking.
But why are they chirping?
It's time to get up. You're up. You're chirping.
No.
You're talking. That's your chirping. They're talking. Yes. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. Give me a minute. So, like I said, I think social media is great, but we also have to learn to be self-starting and keep moving forward. And I'm not saying people that come to these groups are not self-starting. They're at their wits' end and need help. That's not a problem. Always willing to help. But we have to try to get back to that self-sustaining and using the resources that are given to us to their best end. I'm not sure where I'm going to go next with this. All I know is right now I'm still not going to be doing push-ups because of the elbow. That hurts. The bottom line is just keep moving. Stop. Alright. I have my YouTube channel. That push-up guy. That, what? Oh, the moon. Alright. That underscore. Yep. That underscore push-up underscore guy tough. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Alright, and then I have my Facebook page, Jim Tough, and then I post in about 20 veterans Facebook groups. I would appreciate sharing, and if you can't share from inside the group you find the video in, please come to my page, share from there. Just click on my name when you're watching the video. Share from my page. Would really like to see this get out there more. And that's about it. Love you, kid. If you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. There is absolutely no shame and no weakness in seeking the help that you need to stay here on this planet. Do what you got to do to be here. Please do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this. We'll see you here tomorrow. Ready?
Like I'm hurt.
Well, you can say goodbye. 1, 2, 3. You didn't. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-ta.